Rad facts. The L3. After World War I, Italy sought to establish colonies outside of its borders, and to do this, they thought it would be a good idea to modernize their military. However, this would be an issue as Italy had a limited production capacity as well as a limited military budget. The majority of this budget would go to the development of planes and ships as Italy wanted to control all of the Mediterranean Sea. But for their ground forces, in 1933, Ansaldo and Fiat would work together to produce copies of the British Carden Loyd Mark VI, of course with some modifications. These 200 tanks would be the start of the L3 series of vehicles. They would designate these vehicles as light tanks, but the rest of the world would consider them tankettes. And while tankettes are inferior in just about every other way to every other kind of tank, they did have some advantages. They were cheap, easy to make, and easy to experiment with. By the time Italy joined World War II, they've only made about 200 medium tanks. So the vast majority of the Italian armored divisions were comprised of L3s as well as their cavalry brigades. The L3's effectiveness when fighting opponents without tanks in Ethiopia was good, but their effectiveness against Russian tanks in the Spanish Civil War was poor. And when they would fight with allies in World War II, they would be not effective at all. But surely this outcome did not come as a surprise to them. And although not very effective at the time, these tanks still pop up from time to time in places ranging from China to Brazil to Afghanistan. Not to mention this tank, or tankette, has some notable variants. For example, the L3LF, which was a flamethrowing version of the L3. This variant was said to be fielded in North Africa, but there's no actual record of it being in combat there. But of course, none of that is as cool as the fact that there's also footage of it being used as a tractor. This tractor version of the L3 was called the light tractor prototype, and frankly, I don't think it gets much cooler than that.